So, I just returned from an exciting outing with the Pikes Skeptics Society, where we all went down to a public library where a group called the Colorado Paranormal Team was doing their big reveal for a paranormal investigation that they were doing. And we thought that we'd bring the skepticism to them. Everyone was very courteous and let them put on their presentation. No one was heckling. We were kind of using our hive mind of having the same text group, and we were sending jokes back to each other. But we let them put on their entire thing without being rude at all. At one point, a guy said that they have sensitive psychic people, and they have people who are just investigators without psychic abilities, and they like to bring both to the same place because they like to meld the objective and the subjective. And I texted out to everyone, you know, melding the objective with the subjective. You keep using those words, but I do not think they mean what you think they mean. You know? There were a lot of things that we talked about after their presentation. Especially Kim brought the skepticism to them. She attacked them on the pareidolia issue and the confirmation bias issue. During their presentation, they were talking about, you know, little voices that you could hear in these recordings that they played for us. And instead of saying, listen for this voice and decide what it says, you know, they said, listen for this voice. It says mama. You know, and then when you have that word mama in your head, you're listening for mama, and you already got that confirmation bias. So Kim told them she didn't appreciate that. And I don't know, are we just sharpening the skills of those people that are going to become you know, ghost hunter TV people that are going to pull scams like pulling a string inside of their hoodie to make something pull in the back? You know, I don't know. You know, I don't know. But yeah, they definitely learned that everyone in the back row of their presentation, pretty much half their crowd, was immune to the whole confirmation bias suggestion of, you know, listen for this word. We were all pretty aware of how that works. Also, the pareidolia thing with the orbs. Now, orbs, normally that happens when you're taking a picture and the flash goes off and it hits a piece of dust that's floating in the air, and what gets captured on the screen is basically a sphere of light, you know. And they were saying that they could tell the difference between different types of orbs. And one of their example pictures that they had laid out on their example table just had a straight line on the picture, and that straight line from, you know, a flash bouncing off of something, they were calling that a vortex. And yeah, the investigator, she said that she took 5 or 6 different pictures from the same spot, but only one of them showed the vortex. I'm like, so only 1 out of 5 or 6, and that's evidence of the vortex. You know, there's the rest of them that are evidence that it isn't there, you know, and that maybe there was just something that happened with the camera, maybe the flash bouncing back off of something. Don't know. But also there were things like she saw faces in the orbs, you know, and she would point out, like, look, there's an eye and there's a nose and there's a mouth in the orb, and if it's a real orb and it's not just dust, you know, you're going to see a face. Well, that again, it's pareidolia. We have minds that make organization out of random things. We look for patterns, you know. If anything, that if you've never heard pareidolia before, look it up. It's an awesome thing. You could spend all day looking at videos that explain this concept and how people have been seeing things. I especially like the ones about the face on Mars, the man on Mars thing, where like one picture had the shadows in just the right way to make like a face, but like any other angle on that same spot on Mars would not show you that same thing. And it was just people seeing a pattern, because our minds are built that way to see patterns. If they weren't, you know, if we didn't see patterns coming out of, you know, random things like the grass blowing back and forth, if we didn't see that pattern of a face that's in the grass, then we might miss a lion coming to make us lunch, you know. So it's a natural thing. Afterwards, we went to a pub, and I was explaining to Hans that the last big reveal moment that they had, they call it like the Shadow Man or the Gray Man, that I could do that myself, right? I could very easily make that effect with my camera. So, you know, I've been talking straight. This is one long piece of footage, but I'm going to, for the next few seconds, I'm going to alter the footage. Now, watch me leave, right? Okay. I'm off the footage, even like the shadow of me is gone, right? Now, with the shadow of me gone, what you're seeing is one steady camera angle, okay? Now, I'm going to splice out a part of the footage, and in that part of the footage, I'm actually going to be doing this, okay? See this right here? And then I'll do something like, you know, or I'll just have my shadow come over and, you know, oh, yeah, you know, ghostly hand, it's coming for you, it's going to, grab your man boob. Yeah. Okay, so. Now we need like blank, just blank footage without moving the camera. Now this is very important. You need the camera in the same spot if you're going to do this the easy way, okay? This is actually blank footage with the other footage that I just filmed spliced on top and set to about 1%, 2% to 5% transparency. It's much easier if you do this in black and white, and, you know, pretending like there's no color with the equipment that you were using. It comes out so much better in black and white, and that's what the paranormal investigators did. They put on this performance with a black and white image, and you know, sepia works good too. But they said, oh, look at the orbs, and you know, you just can't bullshit me anymore. I've been on YouTube for a very long time calling this shit out, and I saw a guy walking, you know, in the other frame, the frame that was put, you know, superimposed on it, like a 1% transparency. You can do this with Sony Vegas, Power Director, Adobe After Effects, anything that you can use a chroma key, you know, they'll probably have a transparency as well, you know. So if the software is 10 years old, it probably still has that function. And a lot of what you see here on YouTube, the fakes of like a spectral appearance walking through a room, where it's just, you know, you see like the shadow and that's it. They're using these tricks. I even turned off the lights in this room just to accentuate this effect. If I were to have had the lights all the way on, the color doesn't work well with this effect. What you really want to do is trick people into thinking that it was at night and you had to use night vision, you know, and that, you know, that's one more level of obscurity. Also, you can have a shot set up to where you only catch it off in the distance, you know, and oh look, there's the lady in white, you know, we've caught her on camera. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. So afterwards, Kim, she pointed out this really cool picture while we were at the bar. So she had me film it, and I'm just going to tack that onto the end of this video. Take care. Kim just told me that I have to film the Holy Jesus Raptor with the beer because it's on the way to the bathroom. Wait.
It's a whole T-Rex.
Ghostly hand, it's coming for you. It's going to grab your man boob.